Hello everybody, I am John Laspina. My friends, I published a fourth blog in the publication Healthieyoo, and like my past three blogs, I would like to read it aloud, kind of like a book on tape. For those of you who are too busy to read a blog, you can put this on and listen to it anywhere in the background with your earbuds in or whatever. So I'm going to read my blog to you. It's called Are You a Moderator or Are You an Abstainer? Eating healthy means that we consume foods that are rich with essential nutrients needed to maintain good health. Essential means our bodies don't manufacture them, so we must acquire them from the foods we eat. Our human bodies need 9 of the 21 amino acids that make up protein. The 9 amino acids I'm talking about that are essential are histidine, isoleucine, leucine, lysine, methionine, phenylalanine, threonine, tryptophan, and valine or valine. These 9 essential amino acids can be obtained by eating animal products. We need omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids in a healthy 1-to-1, 2-to-1, or 3-to-1 ratio, and these can also be obtained from animal products. Our bodies need the micronutrients, which are fat-soluble and water-soluble vitamins, and electrolyte minerals. So, protein, fat, water, vitamins, and minerals are essential. Carbohydrates, which turn into glucose, are also essential, but we do not need to consume them in the food that we eat. We can live without consuming carbohydrates and sugars and starches because our bodies make just the amount of glucose parts of our bodies need on demand when we are keto-adapted. We can live without colorings, flavorings, additives, preservatives, seed oils, MSG, shiny sprays, and other chemicals that the processed food industry adds into foods to make them shelf-stable and to hit the bliss point to addict consumers. These are non-essential ingredients and are actually addictive for some people and are toxic to all people. What does this all have to do with moderating and abstaining? When you are trying to get into shape, lose weight, and eat healthy by getting off of processed foods, standard American diet foods, carbohydrates, sugars, starches, and seed oils, you go through withdrawal, usually. Once you get past this withdrawal and you are eating real, whole foods such as beef and other ruminant animals like lamb and deer, etc., and non-ruminant animals like poultry, pork, fish, and eggs, you start to purge your body of all of the toxins that are in the standard American diet foods that you ate before. When you get onto the other side of it, you feel amazing. Your emotions are level and up all of the time because of the ketones and the absence of microtoxins. Your body weight optimizes. When you have reached your weight goal, then what do? Do you just continue to eat this way, or do you go back and have a cheat taste or a cheat meal or a cheat day? If you have the ability to moderate, you can probably have that cheat meal or cheat day. And that means that you eat carbs and sugar and some of the non-essential foods that you used to eat. Then you don't have those foods anymore for a few months. Then you have a cheat meal or a cheat day in another few months. During those months in between, you eat real whole foods and you don't even think about carbs and sugar. If your brain can handle that, and the thoughts don't haunt you, you are a moderator. Congratulations. Proceed on with your life and enjoy your moderation capability. It is your superpower. And honestly, I envy you. On the other hand, if you try to moderate and have that cheat meal or cheat taste or cheat day and you can't get the thoughts out of your head, then you have a problem. You know you shouldn't have another carb, sugar meal for a few months, but you can't stop thinking about it. And you probably cannot moderate. You are probably an abstainer. An abstainer does not have a cheat taste, meal, or day ever. Yes, I said ever. That's what abstaining means. Never. Not even once. You don't put that sweet taste in your mouth because when you do, a switch is turned on in your brain and you can't stop thinking about it. It haunts you until you break down and give in and have another carb, sugar, starch meal. And those cheat days get closer and closer until you're back to eating the standard American diet and you start to feel poor again. The weight comes back on, your emotions are not as level or as they were when you ate cleanly. You see, this is really about addiction. In the same way that a person who can have a drink of alcohol every once in a while is fine, a moderator can have a cheat day or a cheat meal every once in a while and they are fine. But the alcoholic cannot have just one drink or one sip of alcohol, or that switch gets turned on in their brain and they must have more and more alcohol until they are back in their addiction. Addiction is about our unhealthy relationship with something, whether it is a drug or alcohol, an activity, or carbs and sugar. Be honest and ask yourself if you have a problem with carbs and sugar. In all honesty, can you moderate and have some? Some people will justify and rationalize to allow themselves permission to indulge in carbs and sugar. And then 1 turns into 5, and 5 turns into daily, just like the alcoholic. Then there is guilt and shame on the back end. So know thyself, and to thine own self be true. Now, I'll talk about the 100% versus the 90% concept as it pertains to abstainers. Abstainers, as I mentioned above, do not partake in any carbs and sugar, not a drop, not a taste, because they know the taste will trigger that addiction brain switch, and the sweet taste will haunt them, and they will go off on a rationalization, justification spree to give themselves permission to indulge over and over again. Going 100% is easy. The answer is no. No to the slightest taste of carb and sugar food. No to any and everything that has carbs and sugar in it. When a person goes 100%, that is abstaining. And there is zero rationalization, zero justification, zero binging, zero permission. It's simple. It's so easy to keep it to 100%. 100% means just eating beef, lamb, deer, pork, bacon, chicken, turkey, duck, small fish, medium fish, bivalve fish, crustacean fish, and hen eggs, and quail eggs, and duck eggs, and adding butter and other healthy fats. 99% is moderating. Once you let that 1% back in and you are granting yourself permission to have a little, if you are an abstainer, that 1% makes life so very difficult. The thoughts haunt you. You can't stop thinking about getting at that candy, that cake, that bread, that pasta, those chips, those cookies, that ice cream, those other goodies, and before you know it, 1% turns into 50% carbs and sugar. Do you see how 100% is so easy and effortless? Circling back to the beginning of my blog here, eating these real, whole, one-ingredient foods gives us all of the essentials of excellent health. The protein, the fatty acids, the vitamins and minerals in the water. The fat and the protein satiate us so we don't have carb and sugar cravings. It's actually so very easy and simple to say no to carbs and sugar and starchy foods when we are filled with real food. So saying no to carbs and starches and sugars 100% of the time requires no effort or thought, just a little practice. And once we are keto-adapted, it's effortless. Then it becomes second nature to just eat the way our ancestors had been eating for thousands and thousands of years, one-ingredient foods. So ask yourself, honestly, are you a moderator? Can you really moderate? If so, great. Or are you an abstainer? Must you abstain 100% to be successful? The ball is in your court. All I encourage you to do is to find out which one you are and to be honest with yourself.